There is an old joke that goes like this. A man prays every single night. He kneels by his bed and says, "God, please let me win the lottery." Days pass, months pass, years pass, nothing happens. Finally, God answers him, "I'm trying, but you have to buy a ticket first." Luck works the same way. It always needs you to take the first step. Most people laugh at this joke, then they go back to living exactly like the man in the story. They pray for better finances, a better job, a better partner, a better life. But they don't change their behavior. They don't move. They don't buy the ticket. And later they say, "I'm just not lucky." We are taught to believe that luck is random, that some people are born lucky and others are simply not. But that belief is comforting and dangerous. Comforting because it removes responsibility. Dangerous because it removes power. Psychologist Richard Wiseman spent more than 10 years studying people who describe themselves as very lucky and very unlucky. He expected to find different backgrounds, different intelligence levels, different advantages. He didn't. What he found instead was this. Luck is not something that happens to you. It's something you participate in. Unlucky people tend to live in a narrow mental tunnel. They worry, they overthink. They focus intensely on one fear, one problem, one plan. And because of that, they miss what's happening around them. Lucky people, on the other hand, are mentally more relaxed. Not careless, relaxed. Their attention is wider. They notice unexpected opportunities. They talk to strangers. They deviate from plans without panicking. Same world, different perception. History gives us a disturbing but powerful example. In 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi was present in Hiroshima when the first atomic bomb exploded. He survived, badly injured. 3 days later, he returned home to Nagasaki, where the second atomic bomb was dropped. He survived again. Now pause and ask yourself, was this man unbelievably unlucky or extraordinarily lucky? Most people don't know how to answer that. Yamaguchi lived into his 90s. He became a vocal advocate for peace and nuclear disarmament. He didn't define his life by what almost killed him. He defined it by what he did after. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Luck is often indistinguishable from misfortune until time reveals what you did with it. A real story of created luck. Now let me tell you a real story. Not from history books, from real life. A woman, low income, physically weak, not considered attractive by society's standards. 2 marriages, both arranged by others, both ended in divorce. She was left alone with 2 young children. From the outside, this looks like failure stacked on failure. People whispered. Some pitied her. Some judged her. She didn't see it that way. She said something radical. "I didn't lose marriages, I escaped unhappy ones." She had no husband, but she had 2 healthy, intelligent, kind children. She focused there. Later, one of those children would excel in a top mathematics program in Germany. She moved abroad. Life was not easy. Language barriers, financial pressure, loneliness, but something strange kept happening. Whenever she faced real difficulty, help appeared. Not from friends, not from family, from strangers. Someone helped her find a job, someone helped repair her home, someone drove her children to school when she couldn't. She bought a small house, beautiful, surrounded by rose gardens, at a very low price. Why? Because the real estate listing had the wrong address for years. No one noticed, except her. At 40 years old, she met a kind, gentle man who later proposed to her. Today, she lives peacefully, with a good partner, successful children, stable finances, and inner calm. Was she lucky? Or was she someone who refused to see herself as a victim, stayed open instead of bitter, kept moving instead of freezing? When people talk about financial luck, they usually imagine extremes. Winning the lottery, a sudden inheritance, one investment that explodes overnight. But that's not how financial luck works for most people. In real life, financial luck is quiet, cumulative, and deeply behavioral. It doesn't come from one dramatic moment. It comes from a pattern of decisions that slowly tilt probability in your favor. 1. Financial luck is about positioning, not prediction. Unlucky people try to predict the future. Lucky people try to position themselves for many possible futures. They don't ask, which opportunity will succeed for sure? They ask, how can I place myself where opportunities are more likely to appear? That's why financially lucky people move to places with more activity, work in environments with information flow, stay connected instead of isolated. Learn skills that transfer across industries. Money rarely comes to people who hide and wait. It flows toward movement, visibility, and adaptability. 2. Why financially unlucky people stay stuck. People who believe they are unlucky with money often share the same hidden habits. They stay too long in bad jobs because they fear uncertainty. They avoid learning new skills because it feels uncomfortable. They delay action until conditions feel safe. But here is the paradox. Trying to avoid risk completely is one of the riskiest financial strategies of all. Inflation doesn't wait. Industries don't wait. Time doesn't wait. While they are waiting for certainty, others are gaining experience, contacts, and momentum. And later, it looks like luck. 3. Financial luck. Favors early exit, not perfect timing. One of the most underrated forms of financial intelligence is knowing when to leave. Lucky people often leave. Bad jobs early, unhealthy partnerships, early unproductive business models early. Unlucky people stay because they hope things will magically improve. But money rewards decisive exits, not prolonged suffering. Leaving early preserves energy, mental clarity, and future options. That preserved capacity later becomes financial opportunity. 4. Why optimism matters more than intelligence. Here's something most people don't want to hear. Financial success has less to do with intelligence and more to do with psychological endurance. Optimism doesn't mean believing everything will work out. It means believing, if this doesn't work, I will adapt. Optimistic people apply more often, negotiate more. Ask more questions, try again after rejection. And because they try more, their statistical chance of success increases. What looks like luck is often just more attempts combined with emotional resilience. 5. Money moves toward people who are easy to work with. This part is uncomfortable but important. Financial luck is deeply social. Opportunities often come through people. Recommendations, partnerships, informal conversations, trust built over time. People who are open, calm, and optimistic are easier to help. Not because they are better, but because they don't drain energy. This is why money often follows emotional safety. People invest, hire, and collaborate where they feel ease. That ease is not fake positivity. It's the absence of bitterness, entitlement, and despair. 6. The hidden compounding effect of small financial moves. Financial luck compounds quietly. One skill learned, one small job, one connection, one better offer. Each step alone looks insignificant, but over years it creates a narrative people call, "She's just lucky with money." No, she stayed in motion when others froze. 7. Why financial luck requires action. Before confidence. This is the hardest truth. Most financially lucky people acted before they felt confident. They applied while doubting themselves, started while still learning, invested while afraid. Confidence came later, as a result. Unlucky people wait for confidence as permission. But confidence is not a prerequisite for action. It is a byproduct of repeated movement. Money does not reward those who wait to feel ready. It rewards those who move while uncertain. That is not recklessness. That is courage with calculation. And courage, repeated over time, is one of the most reliable forms of financial luck. How to train yourself to attract luck. Luck can be trained. Not magically. Neurologically. Here are 3 habits that quietly change everything. 1. Break your routine regularly. Same route, same cafe, same conversations. That's not stability. That's invisibility. Opportunities rarely visit predictable lives. 2. Keep a luck awareness journal. Every night, write down one positive thing that happened. Not the big wins, the small ones. Your brain will slowly stop scanning for danger and start scanning for possibility. 3. Practice resilient optimism. Not blind hope, but this belief, this setback is temporary, and I will move again. Resilient optimism is the foundation of financial recovery, growth, and long-term wealth. Let's go back to the joke. God didn't refuse to help the man. He just needed him to act. Luck doesn't chase people who wait. It responds to people who move. Buy the ticket, send the application, leave the bad situation, start the conversation, take the uncomfortable step. Because most luck is simply courage wearing a disguise. And the moment you move, luck finally knows where to find you.